Alright, so not really sure what I'm going to talk about, but mm, let's see. I guess this is just going to be a cool way to like record my thoughts and instead of writing it down, just put it in a little video and just throw it out there, yeah. So, I've been thinking about, when you create something, right? It's like if it's music or if it's, piece of drawing or let's say you invent something and you're kind of entrepreneurial and like some kind of tech or a new idea, any form of value, whatever it may be, digital programs or anything. When you make things like that, I think you should really consider what it means to you. And it's very selfish, but then it's also selfless because you're giving it and then it's not really yours anymore. So I've been thinking about music a lot, and it's like, okay, do I want to get trapped into the realm of making music for money? Is money really what I'm seeking? And I guess, people can be motivated by different things. You can be like materially motivated. I don't know if that's the right word thing, whatever. You can be motivated by cool cars, nice house, wearing fancy things, doing fancy shit. I mean, and that doing fancy shit could be like experience. Or you're motivated by love and happiness and a specific woman or man or whatever it is. Or maybe it's some sort of freedom that you want, some sort of feeling of control in a way. Regardless, maybe it is all, but I think to a degree you should know what it is that you truly want. And I think it's so difficult to find out sometimes because I talk to a lot of people and I talk to a lot of friends. And not to say that I have a lot of friends, I don't. I'm very alone sometimes. And I don't see it as a bad thing, even though it is difficult, trust me. And you probably know to a degree. But I think you need to learn to be with yourself first before you can be around people. Know yourself. Basic philosophy. But I wanted to talk about figuring out what it is that you want. And when I think about music and I think about this form of art, it's I think about my childhood a lot. I think about the way I've grown. I think about the fact that me is not me at all when there's billions of people on earth and everybody has this beautiful brain. Everybody has this beautiful experience that, anything that happens to you, I mean, let's say to the worst things, like you get raped or you get molested or you get caught up in a fight and gets kind of deadly and you get shot or you get robbed or good or bad things, anything, beautiful things that happen to you, it's truly just a moment. And the way you choose to react and the way you choose to perceive it is truly your control. And I think about that because it's like, don't take yourself too seriously because your shit doesn't matter. And I say this because I think about music and I think about it in a sense like, how can I create something that's amazing? It's loaded because like, why should people care? Why should people really think about you and say, oh, this guy Tenzin, he creates something? It's like, that's true. Nobody should listen. But if I do try to go the mainstream way and try to create, let's say, like a pop song or something that's just catchy and there's no like depth, there's no You know, it's like a picture and not a painting. You know, a painting has layers and layers on top of it with different mixtures, different strokes. And if you look carefully, you could see the little edges. And if you, you know, if you want to be adventurous, put your fingers on it. Feel around. I guess rebellious. If you want to be a rebel. I went to a mall and there was a few paintings and I did that. That's why. But I think in that term because it's like knowing what you want is crucial. Knowing what you want. And knowing when to assert yourself and truly control yourself. The form of mastery I'm talking about is over oneself, not over other people. And it's difficult. It's nobody gives you an instructional book on how to be human, but it is a beautiful process. And finding that, it's like it's a game, truly. It is a game. And I think about music a lot. I think about what I can create. To create something not for money. And I thought about that. I'm like, yeah, that is it. To spread good, lyrical, deep, soulful music to a point where it's not taking myself too seriously at the same time. It's like, it's weird because I listen to a lot of trap music. I listen to a lot of, mainstream music, as you could call it. I listen to so many things. Like, I listen to mumble rap or whatever you want to call it. I listen to country. I listen to, like, indie. Like, I listen to Ben Howard. I listen to Hozier. I listen to J.P. Cooper. I listen to Matt Corby. I listen to so many weird things. I mean, I guess it's not weird, but I don't want to stay in one category. I don't want to just listen to rap. I don't want to just listen to Ed Sheeran type, whatever. I literally listen to everything. So to figure yourself out within that realm, it's difficult. It's like, what kind of artist do you want to be? You want to be a copy? And just create some sort of a song that's kind of catchy and it's just a little bit of a different lyrics, doesn't really mean much. You just listen to it for a few times and it just gets forgotten about? Or do you really want to create something that lasts the test of time? And why do you want to do that? To what purpose? Why do you want something that lasts? Is it just primal? Is it just, you trying to be fucking egotistical and be like, oh, I want to create something that survives so people know about me? It's like, well, it's very contradictory. And being self-aware, I think it's a great skill. I think about music a lot. And to create something. Man. To create let's say you create something and you change your name and you post it under a different name, or you do something crazy where you don't get the credit, would you still do it? I think so. I think I would, but maybe I'm being too overly confident. Who knows? Maybe I'm just after attention or fame or some sort of status, right? But truly, I think I am. I think I truly have found my calling, which is to create some sort of an art. And it's not always deep, it's not always lyrical, it's not. Maybe it could be fun, maybe it could be just like sort of catchy. Like some bouncy lyrics instead of being like, and like, sounds really weird, but it's true. And so knowing yourself, I think that is the most hardest thing in the world. most people don't even start there, which is the weirdest part. And they get lost, and I get lost, and I get lost all the time. But it all comes down to, you know, governing yourself, knowing yourself. I think about music a lot. Way too much. Maybe I'm taking myself too seriously, but to create something that has so much meaning, do you do it from a place where you intend to make it meaningful, or do you just let it come out? Well, I have no fucking idea. I'm gonna be going to a recording studio soon for the first time in my life, and it'd be cool to see what it's that like gonna be like, you know, whatever. But really, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. But within all that, I do know what I want. I want to spread good music, whatever that means. And I don't want to just spread it for the sake of receiving something afterwards, because then you're pretty much allowing other people to determine your happiness. Let's say I drop a song and it doesn't get any plays, nobody knows about it. Do I react a certain way? Or should I be happy from the moment I drop it and say, I've won already? I did it. I think that's what I'm after. Not recognition, not sales, nothing. Just the soul process of creating. And so I'm excited. But at the same time, I'm so aware of my inadequacies and the things that I know I'm weak at. Not a great performer. My vocals are not that great. I am not the greatest songwriter at all. I struggle to write a verse. I can write like a line or two and then get stuck all the time. I'm not a great guitar player. I only know basic chords. I learned it from YouTube, and I'm not very attractive either. I'm short as fuck. I'm insecure. I get nervous in front of people. I'm in my head a lot. But regardless, I have courage. And I truly do understand that the places you don't want to look, it's a signal. It truly is a signal. It shows you where you must go. So instead of shying away from it when things get difficult, I truly believe that's where you have to go. Because we always want to, get comfortable and think, oh, well, when it's good, we practice the good things and feel good about ourselves. Well, what about the weak things? What about maybe maybe I should practice performing. Maybe I should practice more scales and learn how to control my voice better. Maybe I need to learn more music theory because I don't know shit about that. Know yourself. I'm gonna take a shower soon. Starting off warm, and then I'm gonna do it cold. Cause I ain't no bitch.